All right, let's jump right in because the way we're all using AI is changing, and I mean really changing. We're moving past just typing in a simple prompt and getting a simple answer. The whole game is shifting. We're stepping up from just being a user to becoming a manager of a whole team of AIs. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
And you know who put it perfectly? The one and only Andrew Ng. He said, "I like to think of good multi-agent systems designs like being a manager. You are now promoted into this manager of agents." I mean, how cool is that? You're not just a user, you've been promoted. That's a total mindset shift, right? Especially if you're used to thinking like a traditional engineer.
So what does that even mean? A multi-AI agent system? Well, think about it like this. Instead of having one AI that's kinda okay at everything, you build a specialized crew. You've got your researcher agent over here, your writer agent over there, maybe even a critic agent to check their work. And you're the manager. You give them their jobs, tell them the goal, and they collaborate to get it done. Simple as that.
Okay, so we get the what, but the big question is always, so what? Like, why should you care? Well, let's talk about the incredible stuff you can actually build once you get the hang of this. And we're not talking about some sci-fi future stuff. This is real, practical things you can do right now. For example, what if you could build a system that takes your resume, looks at a job description, and rewrites it perfectly for that one job? Boom. Or how about an AI crew that does a deep dive financial analysis on a company for you? You could even automate something as complex as planning an event, from finding a venue to sending out the invitations. The possibilities here are just wow. All right, so how do these crews actually work? How do you build them? Well, it all boils down to a few key components, a few essential building blocks. Let's pop the hood and see what makes these agents tick, and more importantly, how you, the manager, piece them all together. First up, and this is step one, is role-playing. It's exactly what it sounds like. Just like with the human team, you give each agent a job. You're not talking to a generic bot anymore, you're talking to your senior researcher or your expert copywriter. By giving them a specific role, you focus their skills and make the whole operation way more effective.
Next, and this is an absolute game changer, is giving your agents tools. This is so important. Your agent isn't just a language model stuck in a chat window. No, you can give it tools to actually search the web, pull data from a database, or connect to an API. This is what lets them break out into the real world. It's the difference between an AI that talks about doing something and an AI that actually does it.
Okay, for an agent to be smart, it needs a memory, right? I mean, think about it. Without memory, it would be like having a conversation with someone who forgets everything you just said every single time. Memory is what lets them keep track of the conversation, learn as they go, and remember the overall goal. It's what stops them from starting from scratch every 5 seconds.
And now, collaboration. This, my friends, is where the real magic happens. Look, having smart agents with roles and tools is cool, but their true power, that gets unlocked when you make them work together. And that's your job as the manager. You're the conductor of this AI orchestra. You design the whole workflow. And you've got different ways to structure your team. You can have them work in a series, kind of like an assembly line. The researcher finds the info, passes it to the writer, who then passes it to the editor. Or you could have them work in parallel, where they all tackle different parts of the job at the same time. You can even set up a hierarchy, with a manager agent delegating tasks to other agents. The strategy is totally up to you. Okay, so that's the theory, right? Those are the building blocks you need to assemble your AI crew. But being a good manager isn't just about knowing the theory. You need a place to practice, a workshop. So let's quickly talk about the actual learning environment, your cockpit for all this. You know, a huge part of really getting this stuff is just playing around with it, and you're not stuck in the browser. You can easily download all the course notebooks right to your own computer. That way, you can take them offline, tinker with the code, try to break things, really make it your own. That's how you learn. And hey, we all learn differently, right? So you can customize the whole experience to fit your style. Speed things up, slow them down, pop the video out so you can have it side by side with your code, whatever works for you.
Okay, so learning something new and powerful like this is awesome. But how do you make sure you don't forget it all by next week? Making this knowledge actually stick is the real challenge. So let's talk for a second about the best way to make sure you internalize all of this.
Let me just ask you straight up. How do you make learning actually stick, so it's not just in one ear and out the other? It's not just about passively watching videos, right? It's about building the right habits.
And while there are a bunch of good study habits out there, for this stuff, one stands above all the rest: active learning. That means don't just watch, get your hands dirty. Take notes, sure, but more than that, apply it. Try to build a tiny 2-agent crew to do something simple. That hands-on practice is what turns theory into skill. It's what really turns you from a learner into a manager.
So let's bring it all back to where we started, with that idea from Andrew Yang. A promotion is waiting for you. A promotion from just being an AI user to being an AI manager. You've seen the roadmap. You know what the building blocks are. The only question is, are you ready to lead your crew?